games. Both LCSs are in action today. Jess, outstanding. We'll have more from her as we go. Meanwhile, NFL, bold predictions. Dan Orlovsky, you're first up. Give me something on the man you watched on Monday night.
Yeah, by November 1st, Bijan Robinson will be very near or at the top of the MVP race. This young man is having a coming out party, essentially the start of this season. They build their offense through him. He averages 14 yards per catch. As a running back, that's double everybody else. That's outrageous. Besides the fact that when they give him the ball in their run game, it's literally the chance to score in every play. Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, said he's our modern-day Barry Sanders.
Hawk, give me a bold prediction.
You're not going to like this, Greeny, but the Jets will go winless for the rest of this season. Look, I am an expert in this department. I was an integral part of 1-31 stretch for the Cleveland Browns. This is also a fact. I was a scout.
My brother!
For the
integral part.
I was a scout for the 0-16 Lions in 2008. That's a real fact. And so I know what I'm looking at here. So me, Greeny, and Himbo are working on a book called Got Your Losers. Not to confuse with Got Your Legends.
Oh, my goodness. Taylor, give me a bold prediction.
I don't know how bold of a take this is, but Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots are going to head down south to Nashville, Tennessee this weekend, and they're going to beat the Tennessee Titans by double digits.
Vrabel wants this one back.
Vrabel wants this one more than he needs air at this point in his life. He's handling the press conference great. He talks about interesting versus important. This game is both interesting and important to him. Drake May is playing. His confidence level is at an all-time high. Everyone said it's going to take one more year. He's shown that the confidence he's crushing right now. 361 yards and 3 touchdowns last week.
Will, give me one.
I got the Eagles' 3-game losing streak incoming against the Vikings. So you look at their record 4-2, it's a pig with lipstick. CeeDee Lamb catches the deep ball, they win that game. If their field goal block unit doesn't come up big against the Rams and block that last-second kick, Rams win. There's some debates there in the Bucs game. This team could easily be 1-5. They're struggling defensively, offensively. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the football. They're not running the ball well with Saquon. So I got a third straight loss coming this week.
Well, we haven't seen them in a while, so it feels like that conversation has died down a little bit. But certainly in Philadelphia, it remains loud, and Jalen Hurts was talking about it. Here he is on the state of the offense after back-to-back losses.
I think there is urgency. Obviously, I have urgency. It starts with me, and it starts with the direction we get from KP and how we want to be, how we want to establish ourselves. And so we all have to help each other. We've got to play together as a group. Well, you're going to have physical mistakes. You're going to have some missed opportunities. You're going to have those things happen. You live with those things, but the things that take no talent, that's what you have to correct before, you kind of learn how to not lose.
All right, so with the use of our awesome LED floor, we're going to show you a little bit of what the problem has been. Dan, I'm Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Only in that I'm standing where the quarterback would be. The line of scrimmage is the 10-yard line, which is right here.
Yep.
What do these dots mean?
These are Jalen Hurts' completions this season. And if you see, everything is short and really towards the numbers at each sideline. The glaring thing is the ball doesn't get thrown in the middle of the field, which has kind of been Jalen for a while. The saying their pass game is predicated on their run game. This is the perfect example. Two different versions, though. Seattle Seahawks, their pass game is predicated upon their run game because it's a play-action-centric pass game. The Eagles' pass game is predicated on one-on-ones on the outside. And so the reason that Jalen doesn't throw the football in the middle of the field is twofold. You want to run the football as the Eagles, the offense. Right. You're Jalen Hurts, okay? Right. You're struggling to run the football, meaning we play with two safeties defensively, okay? We play with the safety here, play with the safety here. The place you want to throw the football in that defense is the middle field. The number one way to do that is run play action. You get linebackers closer to where you are.
Right.
Safeties are deep. Then this would be the area Jalen Hurts should throw the ball. They don't run play action in Philadelphia, okay? Now, the reason why the run game matters so much is if they run the football, we have to bring another person as a defense closer to you, and then this would create some of these one-on-ones to the perimeters on the outside, which is where Jalen's comfortable with. That's not happening because they're not running the ball, so the defenses are keeping safeties deep. Jalen won't throw the ball in the middle of the field or doesn't, and so every one of his throws is at about 8 yards to the sideline because that's what the defense is giving him. And unless or until they run the football better, their pass game is going to remain what we've seen this season. Not explosive and not in the middle of the field.
That's so well done, and I hope it's as clear watching it on television as it feels standing up here. Let me get everyone in on this conversation. But here's what I find interesting. And Taylor, you're an offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
So I think your perspective on this would be particularly interesting. There were so many times last year when you win the championship, everything gets forgotten. You forget all of the problems. It's almost like Brian Windhorst said, winning a title means never having to say you're sorry. The reality is there were a lot of questions about their ability to throw the ball last year, and they were all silenced because Saquon Barkley had one of the greatest running back seasons of all time, and it covered up all these problems. Now they're not running the ball. So the question is, if they do not get Saquon going at something approaching the level they got last year, is this a team that has any chance of repeating as Super Bowl champ?
I don't believe they do. I think this offense runs through their run game, and when you have offensive linemen that are missing a block here and a block there, along with the scheme that the offensive coordinator is putting in them with very few motions to allow the offensive line to know when the blitz is coming, what kind of coverage they're in, you're going to fail in that way. And when you fail in that way, it allows safeties and corners to play the pass even more because there's no threat in the run game.
And so, Hawk, now you're a receiver on this team, and they have two of the best in the entire league. Yep. And there's the frustration, there's the cryptic quotes, there's the reading of the book. I mean, what does the offense look like through the eyes of their receivers?
They got to trust. Like, Jalen has to trust himself. And I'm saying this because understanding that everyone debates if Jalen is this, Jalen is that, even in success with the Super Bowl under his belt. But the reality is he's not playing with a trust in himself as a player. What do I mean by that? There's quarterbacks who wait to see it and throw it.
Sure.
There's quarterbacks that anticipate it, which is full-on confidence. And then there's what Jalen is doing, which is kind of seeing it and then still being hesitant. You're going to see in this clip here, Goddard is going to be over the middle. And there's timing on this that right now he's open. This is when this ball typically comes out. But Jalen wants to be very sure of what's going on, almost to feel like he doesn't want to make a mistake.
Risk averse.
Right? He's very risk averse, and he's playing more risk averse than we've typically seen him in the past. This next one is going to be on A.J. Brown because he has to also play with the trust that he's going to run his route to win because of his ability, and Jalen is going to find him. Jalen is locked into A.J. right here. He lets this ball go, but out of this break when he clears coverage, A.J. Brown slows down, which results in a 4-yard overthrow. That should have been a big touchdown. Next here, you're going to have single high safety, 2 slots down the seam, which is simple as this. If that middle high safety goes to the right, you throw it to the left. If he bails to the left, you throw it to the right. Here, it is very definitive where that safety moves, and Jalen doesn't see it. He vacates the pocket, and another missed opportunity for this offense. Jalen has the ability. He has the knowledge. He's as good as any quarterback in the league. He has to play with the trust and the confidence in himself to make those decisions as soon as he feels them because they'll be right.
We're in that moment to where every conversation that takes place in the cafeteria is Jalen Hurts a great quarterback, or is he a byproduct of being surrounded by all these superstars? Listening to you break it down, it's like if they're not running the football well, they're also challenging Jalen to beat them through the air.
Correct.
And he doesn't let it loose. Like, he doesn't rip it. You saying he's not trusting himself, whatever it is. They're not paying him $50 million to sit back there and bake a pizza. They're paying him $50 million to sling the rock. And right now, he's choking the football when he's looking at open windows to throw the ball.
Yeah, their passing game is totally a product of their run game and creating one-on-one opportunities outside. If you go back to the Super Bowl of last year and the Kansas City Chiefs playing against them, they played them one-on-one. They ate them up. If you go back to the Rams game in the second half and the comeback, they played one-on-one on the outside, AJ ate them up. Right now, defenses, if we're standing here at 9 o'clock in the morning on Thursday and we're showing everybody, defenses know it. Defenses are sitting there going, they're not throwing the ball in the middle of the field. He's not comfortable doing that. They're not throwing the ball deep. They're not a play-action passing offense. Let's give them all those dots that we saw. We'll give them that. Like, we'll give them that 6 to 8 yard short in or slant to AJ. We'll give them that because guess what? They got to go 80 yards.
Right.
And they won't be able to do that over the course of 8 to 10 to 12 plays because they're not running the ball well. We're not going to give them the one-on-ones, and they won't be able to march down the field on a consistent basis because their run game isn't nearly as dominant as it was last year. It's simple. It's simple. You run the ball like you did last year, it's one-on-one. You don't run the ball like you did last year, it's 2-on-1.
You see the number at the bottom of your screen that was just there. They've been outgained in every game they've played so far this year. Sooner or later, that tends to catch up with you. We are split down the middle. The Bussin' guys both like Minnesota this weekend.
The reason why I like Philly, I think this is a get-right game for Philly's run game. Minnesota defensively has not been good against the run this year. They're like bottom 6 in everything, and they're not dominant right now. Yep. This is a game where if you're the Eagles and you want to run the ball better, this is the kickstart.
We keep rolling. Coming up next, we got a game tonight, Steelers and Bengals. The question is this: